Oh, it looks like my connection is low. Maybe I should come over here a little bit. Greetings from Bali. Good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are. If you're here, say hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm here at the Yoga Shala at Eden, right outside of Ubud. We're really loving our stay here. It's such a perfect retreat space. I can't wait to facilitate a retreat here. Hi, Mia. So I wanted to just do a quick message. It seems really up in the collective right now. Hey, Brendan. It's Valentine's Day here, and me and my little posse have been making Valentines for everyone and spreading the love around. It's been super fun. Sophie's busy at work making hearts. And I was tuning into what I felt called to talk about today. And maybe you've been experiencing this. I feel like it's been really up in the collective. Which is, you know, the karmic pattern. And when I talk about karma, the way that I'm using, there's all levels of consciousness and perceptions of karma, but the way that I am using it with the intention of it being around creative consciousness, how we create the consciousness, the awareness, the perception of which we are creating, the energy that we are filtering our consciousness, our life force through, right? So karmic patterns are the patterns which we create from. And we all have these patterns collectively, and then of course they get passed down and around through relationship, through our families of origin, through the collective, through the culture. So the one that feels really, really big up right now, and it has, you know, a lot of threads, if you will, is this lack consciousness, this scarcity consciousness, or perception or belief, right? That there's not enough, that you are not enough, that is, that you are somehow unworthy of love, of your highest visions, your dreams, your full potential. Let me know if this resonates for you, or if you've been feeling this. I've been talking with a lot of people, and it seems really up right now, almost like we're doing a collective clearing. Know that if you're experiencing this, it's not a bad thing. There's no shame in it. It's coming up to be released. It's coming up to be evolved. It's coming up to be healed and to be reconciled, right? And we have to take, oops, it's my battery, conscious, creative responsibility for our perceptions, for these patterns, for these beliefs that are no longer serving us. So if you've been having these experiences where you're going through maybe clearing trapped emotion, right? That has the almost energetic imprint of this belief system, take heart, like just observe it. Don't identify with it, but know that you are releasing it, and to accept it, to love it is to evolve it, right? But we have to express it. We have to express it, release it from a place of love and observation for it to be released. If not, we stay identified. If not, we stay activated, right? Our ego stays activated in it. Super, super important right now. So scarcity consciousness, lack consciousness, how this relates to the law of abundance, how this relates to energy and how it flows, and our self-worth and value, and how that gets exchanged and embodied in the world, right? I'm going to riff on this a little bit more in the Abundant Creative group. So if you want to join me, I'm going to be talking about the art of patience and the feminine principle of patience, which is trusting that your creations, if you have the vision, if you have the heart desire, it is done on a quantum level, and you can ascend, you can expand into that knowing, but you're going to have to transmute all these limited beliefs, all this energy, all this trapped emotion that you are carrying at a cellular level that is blocking this from your reality, right? Does this resonate for you? Or can I get some thumbs up, some comments? I'd love to hear if you've been experiencing this, because I know I have, over the years gone through that, as well as, learned how to transmute it through creative expression, through paint as medicine. Hey, John. And have developed these tools, these alchemical tools that will help you process this emotion and energy. You don't have to go into the trauma, you don't have to go into the story, but you do have to express it, you do have to give it a voice. You have to separate from your identification from it. And again, these are deeply subconscious beliefs, right? And they are in the collective, right? And we anchor them when we make choices that come from the belief that there's not enough, or that come from the belief that, one way that it can show up, and I know it came up for me recently, and I was really invited to look at this pattern, because it's so, I feel like ubiquitous in our culture, because it's so reaffirmed, is this having this rush of having to get it all done right now. I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but it's this oh my God, I have to do this now. I have to get it now. It has to be done now, or I'm not going to be okay. Can anyone relate to that feeling of oh my God, I have to get this done now? Some external reality is going to define my ability to be okay. I had to sit and release a bunch of emotion around that and get clear within myself about this pattern of, it's almost like a rushing energy. When what was being called for is the sort of feminine art of patience, of trusting that it's already done, that I can surrender to the flow and open up and receive so much more when we let go. So the invitation was around patience and really learning to be patient and trusting and expanding into that, right? Opening up to those muscles and letting go of this fear of, control, really. I don't know if you can relate to that. Very, very powerful shift for me, very subtle. And of course it's a practice, but I have developed the tools, a lot of these karmic patterns, right, of scarcity, of not feeling enough, or these, limited belief systems of lack, come from these ancestral patterns. And these patterns that our ancestors, created unconsciously from a place of survival and real collective trauma, right? So we are being invited to clear them, to up-level them, to evolve them within ourselves, within our own awareness, within our own experience. So today is the next 24 hours is the last day that you can receive a bonus session with me when you purchase the Ancestral Alchemy process. It's a virtual, really a shamanic creative journey for identifying the patterns that get passed down, the ones that are coming up for you to be transmuted, and the tools with which to do that, using paint as medicine. It's very powerful energy work. And you also will do a ceremony to claim your freedom from these patterns. Very, very powerful. So if you'd like to purchase this, the link, I think Mia just put the link below. And then if you purchase within the next 24 hours, you will receive a karmic assessment with me, which helps you identify everyone right now. If you're alive, it is perpetuating, most people, not everyone, unless they've done this work, is perpetuating some form of lack consciousness, whether it's a lack of love or lack of support or I am not enough belief. Whatever it is, there's some thread of that we're perpetuating, and it's our responsibility to shift it, right? On a creative level, to be consciously creating in the world. Yeah, so I'm really excited. This has been one of the most powerful transformational experiences that I've had, so I'm super excited to share it with you. Everything from fertility to abundance to manifesting to relationships to health and wealth starts with these inherent ancestral alchemy. I'm sending you so much love from Bali. Bye for now.